apologize.
.6 layers here on, I know.
You know, I would imagine if you're just signs, you're having single extrusions. And so you gotta have bed adhesion pretty good. I could throw some nanopolymer adhesive on the bed along with the blue tape, or I could talk to Filament One for an multi-stick solution. You know, it's building A here. It's then going to build apparently an S next to it. So that's fun. It's going to build the letters of Flash.
So it's just got bright Flash. Why? He's not for prison or any Flash.
Why is this? What is the largest print you've done on the $38,000 3D print and overall largest print? Overall largest print is going to be my OpenR CF1 car made from a bunch of parts. The biggest one on that printer is going to be the large tombstone that I've done. Really large tombstone. David Latau, so there's no bridge tower. There is not. At least on this one. The extrusions are top notch, you guys. They look really good.
There's something not at all, mate. Look fucking great.
So then if it's got a 0.6 liter nozzle and it's doing 2 perimeters, so it's a 1.2 mil perimeter. That's not bad. Hand me a flash sign. Myers Workshop. What's the intel on this one? Infinite. Logan, what should I print on my CR10? My C10 Mini? Do you mean CR10 Mini?
Kind of hear you.
Upper slab, stop touching the bed. No.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
I honestly don't know what it's doing. That is a purge line. That's amazing. That is a purge line. To get it ready for the next color. In this case, is the black.
That's crazy.
I'm not even mad. A purge, right, purge line. I love it. That was cool. Yeah, because the gantry, it knows the size of it, it can go up and down. It could print a thing and move up and down, and it could do parts. That was pretty cool. I did not expect it. Windows XP, why have a sign printer when you can print signs on our normal printers, LOL? This serves a very specific purpose. It prints signs, very specific signs, very signs of certain height, signs of certain size, and so that's why it does that. It's doing something crazy. It's kind of going out like this. Oh, it's gonna look cool. Oil with a fiber, high five. That purge sign was worth $5. Awesome. It was unexpected. I think part of what made it so fantastic is that it was unexpected. Post the purge line to Loyal. Who is the name? Is it going to bridge or anything? What's holding the letters together? I don't know. This is my first time using it. M14 SRV. It prints butter! Timothy Harkness. Hello, Right? Tyler Cook, finished my first ever PETG print, and now I have a new favorite material. PETG, when dialed in, well, is so good. So, so good. Looks good. Hey, Loyal, we might have to make a Badger Mountain research sign on this, yeah? Maybe? Jen, where's my... Yep, it's a cookie cutter printer. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Kick off.
This could make, like, cookie cutters that are cake sized. So I guess this too is Flash Add, the software that they use to create the signs that it prints. I would imagine it has the nozzle width in mind as it's creating the shapes that kind of zoom in and out, and so it knows that it can only go a certain angle before stuff starts to fall apart. Loyal with a fiber, heck yeah, a BMR sign would be sick. Yeah, you could do. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's get this worked out, and maybe we start making some custom signs, man. That'd be fun. KR3D, hi Joel, just entered here. Print's good, no accidents. I guess it's not cheap, right? Print's good, yes. Prints are now doing good. Accidents, I don't know if I can say that, truthfully. I guess it's not cheap, right? No, I believe it's around $29.99 US. So wouldn't those be cake cutters then? Cake cutters, brownie cutters, cookies the size of cakes? Really? Well, listen. And on. This is cool. It's doing this. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, okay. Okay. Dana Nader, what width and brand of belt is that? It says S2M15. S2M15. Polymate could design a speaker enclosure for you. Hey, you know, my speakers part 2 should be coming out in a couple weeks. I'm actually looking at it right there. David Horace? You make concrete molds. Myers Workshop. This is made to print Captain America shields. I can't argue with that. FedEx 1K. What's the Z-Max? Someone said 2.7 inches, 70 millimeters. There we go. Yeah, some people are putting it in there. Okay, so it made a shape. Kind of went out and then it came back in. For anybody that wants to see it, there's the piece. That's I used to. Zoom in so we can see the layers. Yes. Yes. Give me a second, and I will do that for you. Or at least try to. Oh no!
It just come off the bed.
Did it?
Dang it. Yeah, me. Shut up. Well, that was unfortunate. I mean, it was looking pretty good. Darn it. Darn it. So, I need I need to adjust the, might need to adjust the Z a little bit. But yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's I'm gonna go to the extruder calibration. I'm gonna lower it by 0.1 millimeter. Bleep. Okay. So now
Arse on you.
awesome. I don't think I had it squished down enough. I don't think. Anyway, let's try that again. We were close. Such noises it makes. It was doing well. So Z offset, I set it down. Yeah, I still got a little bit over there. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. That's what I was worried about. It's literally like almost like single extrusions. Oh, there's one part where it lifted a little bit. Oh, it lifted right on the seam. Okay. Try it again. This will be the 5.9. Ready? Okay, 9. Time for another A for almost. So it's prime line. Good. Okay, here we go. Travis Stanford. No, I didn't break it yet. Hey, Never Those Machines Win, reminding us that Things is the one that's bringing you this incredibly wonderful stream that's happening. Thanks to Things for making it possible to sponsor this and to make it possible for me to do this. That's a little better. Those are kind of squished down now. That's better. I'll zoom you in again. I think it's got a good squish going. Adam Hudson with Joel, all things are possible. Logan, thanks you very much. So yeah, it looks like where it was doing the seam in the corner, it started to lift there just slightly. And because it wasn't squished down on the bed, it tore it up. But hey, you got to see it live. That's always fun. Ringing. Is it ringing? So it's like a pattern. There's a pattern being put into the print. And it looks like ringing, but it's not like it's on a straight line and it's continuous. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Chris K, what filaments could this use to allow it to be suitable for outdoor signs? This PLA won't last long if indirect printer. For outdoor use, yeah. PLA, I would imagine, is for a lot of indoor signs, especially if using LEDs. You're not going to get a lot of heat off that, so it should last for outdoor. I don't know, maybe PETG? Maybe? I have to look. The problem is you can't print like ABS on this thing. And you want to make sure the filament you print can adhere to the bed. Hey Thomas, with the fiber, ignore if you don't want to talk off topic. This is all this is, man. Just offered a longer LK1. What's your thoughts on that printer? I don't know. I don't have personal experience with it. So I don't know. Good question. I've got a longer LK5 in the car that I need to get out of the box, which I will at some point. BCK000, free printing or ASA. Right, ASA is great for outdoor. It's got good UV resistance, but the purge line's out of. There you go. There it goes. Yeah, that's gonna come back. Yeah, look at that. Radmaker Bro, fantastic name. The pattern is most likely from the flow rate being consistently inconsistent. Oh, okay. Okay. Makes sense. As long as you can get it to adhere to the bed, you should be good. The problem, though, with PETG, if you're making single wall extrusions, you're going to get a lot of the chance of it kind of warping as it goes up, right? It's a 0.6 nozzle for those who are working. Oh, Eric Siedenberg, PLA will work for multiple years outdoors if not subjected to too much mechanical load. There to be a lot of misunderstanding about how much PLA can last. That's actually a really good point. So the PLA itself would last outdoors, but if it's being hung up, isn't the weight of everything else in the sign constituting a mechanical load or a load on the material. John Robinson, Happy New Year right back to you. Jonathan Barger, Merry late Christmas. Do you think Tool C acts as synchronizing belt kits are worth it? That's actually a good question. I don't know. I think that they do serve a purpose. I know Chuck, Film of Friday, Chuck Hellebuck, Chef 3D, whatever you want to call it. I know he likes those, or he'll take the second motor off because he thinks single Z motors is the way to go. From Stanford, looking good, Joel. Good vibes. Did you break it yet? I didn't. Broke itself. My paint job, there's a purge line. Purge line. The vent is heated. It's set to 55C right now. It has 220C on the nozzle, which seems a little high. But you know what? It's what they said. Yeah, Alexander, Alex, Lysenko, yeah, Petchy, possible, absolutely. And I will do, I want to try it, right? I want to try it. Kaisari Kapana, maybe a small brim, it's possible. I haven't explored the software yet. This is a default print from the USB stick. I have to approve time for my son to play on the Xbox. Yes, you can have more time, David. There you go. Dinger, did the printer put that purge line in a place that might interfere with the print's other letters? I believe what happens is in the software, it knows where the letters are going to be, and it inserts the purge line where it needs to be. So my guess is it's out of the way because it did all the computational math to make sure it'd be out of the way. Tech for Kid C, what are you printing? This is a default print. It's supposed to say Flash, or the letters of Flash. Mark Ben, Clear Pet G would look cool with LEDs. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Jessica Ryan, just had a look online. It does not have much build time. I think it would be better as a CNC. Well, I understand why you might think that, but this is a tool built for a specific purpose. That's the reason I wanted to get it in, because this is a sign printer, making signs. Have a look at the website. It's linked in the description. This printer is linked in the description. Have a look. Blackboard gives you some ideas of the signs that it can print. And Ken Hansen, you have to put blue tape down all the time. No, you just have to put it down when you need to put more blue tape in. Alex Johnson, one letter at a time, apparently. Yeah, I didn't know that. Vladimir Omelko, I did not buy it. This was sent for me not as a review, but to showcase and show off. I'd asked Flashboard because no one has seen this machine outside of China, or very few people. That's why I keep getting a lot of questions as to this machine and why it sucks in certain ways. It's like, no, it's built for a specific purpose. So I asked them if I could borrow this machine for a bit and just kind of use it and give people an example of what's possible. Maybe we'll see more of this in the U.S. I don't know. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, Can't Get 1971 ringing. I'm wondering why is that? I don't know if it's ringing though. If it was ringing, it would trail off, right? It would trail off, and it would be less and less as it was going down the straight. But it is it's consistent over the straight, so I don't know. From Stanford, Tim, he would be all over that. Yeah, I heard he makes signs.
diesel. Oh, for the lamp?
Okay.
I would do it, but I had to print them close enough. But I print like a normal printer, or still one letter at a time. My guess is this is all a slicer configuration. Might have been killer. What a flash forward PLA. It's different. Oh, another purge line. It's gonna be a little iffy, but we'll see what happens. Right there, yeah. Okay. Hey, we're on the thread. Brian Vines, I don't think vibration or ringing is an issue with these prints. The letters are intended to be viewed from a distance, and imperfections will go unnoticed. These are the sides of the outdoor letters. And so inside is housed LEDs, and on the front is going to be, you know, an acrylic painting or something that's illuminated from the back end, and then the sides, the black, in this case, the black and the red, are going to have light passing through them and providing light around the side. Hey, Ecomax 599, out of your mind. You know where you told them, more high fives in 2021. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Rogue Gum Shield. Originally, these signs were all made with neon in mind, and I think they're moving to LEDs because they are more efficient, lower cost, better light output. Take your pick. It's a little squirrely over there on that top half of the inside of the cage. I'm a little worried, but we'll see what happens. I did move the temperature from 220 to 200 because 220 just seemed like a bit much. Sad, my cat died today. Oh, that's really sad. I'm really sorry to hear that. Command center programmable LEDs are awesome. I would have to agree. Tip of the hole's a little funky, don't have it. Yeah, it is. Just a little bit. Just a smidge. Long way. Sure. William Stanhope, I believe that little camera shake you got when I was refocusing had to do with the optical image stabilization that I forgot to turn off and it's on a tripod. Sorry about that. Hey, you know what? Tiffany A, a little funky, but we're getting that A. Laser 8302 is a 0.6 millimeter nozzle. And a big hello to Robert Garrett. Use a file on the inside of the A. I mean, maybe, right? The idea is this is going to be the sides, and it's going to have something on top of it. So, it's not. It should be focused, right? I mean, I think it's as good as we're going to get right now. Oh my goodness! Ow.
outside just come out.
Alright.
What?
You got me all the way for the bed there, man.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't. Look at this. What happened? What happened? Well,
Deal, mate.
so I perhaps some adhesion agents would help on the bed. Blue tape doesn't seem to want to hold stuff down as much as I want it to. It looks like we got the A down. The middle of the A. It looks good. Right, these look good, except for the tip's a little bit bad. The rest of the A, look at, we got a good one out of it. Brett James, Canadian Fiber. Try again. Oh, thanks, man. Well, let's see. I think I missed one, and then we need to have a little conversation. There it is. Zoom to the fiber. Fiber for the celebration. I think my chameleon's perfectly installed. Oh, that's great. So I think, I don't know. This is one of those things where it is a very unique and niche market device. I believe I set it up the best I could given the circumstances. I leveled the bed according to the video. What I need to do is spend some time not on camera with this, where I can have some music playing in the background and I can just concentrate on it a little bit better. Boyle with a high five. Boy. I shouldn't I? So obviously I like to see the positive in things. I don't think it's all bad. I think it's interesting. And I think that we can get this going, and we can get it printing awesome. And it's built like a tank, and it's the heaviest one too. I think some quality time with this machine, reading more about it, exploring the contents of the USB stick, and I think that's where it's at. I'm really sorry that my first introduction to this is a fail whale. And I don't know. If I get my socket set, it sure would be easier to turn the nuts underside to adjust the bed. And I don't know. Listen. You know what? It's 10 minutes until I believe Chris Russell is starting his stream over on Practical Printing. He's going to be taking a look at the Artillery Hornet, which is kind of fun. I think what we should do. We should just call it good. We really appreciate it. Thanks to Thangs for sponsoring the last stream of 2020. Thanks for everybody that joined in. I mean, we had 1,500 at one point. That's great. This is new and exciting. It didn't work out here, but for something failing on a stream, that doesn't mean the end result is terrible. It just means that we were skydiving and we didn't know if we had a parachute or not, and we made a little bit of a hard landing. I mean, we got an A. A for effort. Well, listen, Happy New Year. I wish you the best of 2021. I hope...
Crazy Tools doing a stream on his game.
Did he?
Convoy.
Hello Betty, darling, how are you? Aye, we're alright.
How you doing, Betty and David? Watching Crazy Tools doing a convoy.
What did you eat for dinner?
And where's my cakes? Oh, that's what I'm watching. Crazy Tools on a convoy with his truck.
Homemade macaroni. I've not had that for ages, I've not made it for ages.
And we're off. What? Nearly have your first car.
Get the song playing to going at the time.
Oh, the convoy song.
Oh, right. I'm going to sit and have a quick fag.
Convoy. I like that truck game, I've just not got anything that's good enough to play the thing in. No, I'm not buying like a fucking PC to play this game.
He did find that zombie army trilogy, didn't you?
Crazy Tools treats us like a joke.
Thanks, Betty. Oh, sugar. It's charcoal on canvas.
Ryan streaming, Betty. You got a stream today. I watched that last video we done today, but got no idea what the fuck he's saying. I wonder how many people's in this convoy, you know?
Crazy Toes. That's it. The snowman.
Aye. Smash.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Hello, David. Waiting on Tight Arse Gaz buying Zombie Army 4.
I thought he had it already. Is he not playing it with easy all night? alright, Zombie Army 4. Fuck, how many of them is there?
Don't know, I've got no idea.
What did she say to you?
Drag it up.
It's the next
It's
one.
the next one is for.
Right. Aye, because Tam's got trilogy. Right.
Oh, I must have got it in 2017 and played it and then never played it again. I forgot all about it.
You cheeky jokes.
Do you want to get you into chat yet, David? I take it by that video that'll be enough.
You know when I got that raid?
Why don't you just get you in chat and get this finished, you
I
know?
know, just sort it out, man.
Carry on.
That's that girl from Northern Ireland.
I noticed that, aye. Who was the nutter running up the field? I mean, what's the snowman doing in the news anyway?
I know.
Yeah,
Fucking ridiculous, man.
it's all good down there.
Did you see the?
COVID going on, they're all cracking up because of fucking stick
Did
fell
you
off the
see?
snowman.
Did you see? There was a huge phallic symbol made
For what?
out of the snow. Right, somebody made a huge. It was really tall. I seen it on the news. It was really tall and the balls and everything. And the council sent out workers to tear it down. It's like you seen them standing kicking and trying to make it.
Kicking it in the balls, innit? I think there's his name on that there. There's only one Scotland. Oh shit, Sherlock.
Clever as fuck, isn't he?
See you later, Betty.
Bye. Take it easy. Oh.
A wee donkey riding about like that. A mule for Sister Sarah. Look at the tools, he's lost the gun, boy.
Was he even in it?
Aye, look, they're in front of him.
No.
It's only a 7-man convoy.
Betty, we'll need to jump on together at some point. I've not been on Red Dead for a while. A donkey for Sister Betty.
Did you have a look at that printer, David? That Mars Pro? Great wee printer, man. It'd be ideal for you for that many figures and shit, man. Print some really good, eh? I was thinking about buying one for myself. But it'd probably just go to waste. I don't want to print mere things, I want to print bigger fucking things, eh? But for them dates into these many figures in it, man, fucking ideal.
Are the prints
On the resin ones, I'm not sure.
The resin ones you get more detail, but don't you?
Aye, the resin ones you get a lot more detail, aye. Not sure. I've not looked that much into it. Just because for the fact I don't want to buy one. I did think about it for about 30 seconds. But I know for the video I watched of the guy printing miniatures was fucking pretty cool, like. And they came out really good. Have a look on YouTube. Just type in printer resin. Resin printer, sorry. The Mars Hydro, the Mars 2 I think it was. I mean, for the video I watched it looked pretty smooth, mate. I mean, it's only like 220 quid or something, man. I put a 0.6 needle into my Sidewinder yesterday. Fucking brilliant, mate. Things that used to take 20 hours are now doing it like in fucking 8 hours and stuff, man. It's brilliant. Because that Sidewinder's capable of printing pretty fast, eh? Hence the name kind of thing. So I'm printing on that thing out 90mm a second with a 0.6 nozzle. Things that was taking 2 hours is taking fucking 20 and 30 minutes. Like you say about the print lines, obviously the bigger the, I mean, 0.6 you see, you obviously see more lines. But if you're printing like a helmet or something, no matters, because you could just put further at the top of it and sand it down, eh? But for wee figures and that Mars looks pretty neat. Watching Pedro drive this game, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
let me change it. Maybe streaming. We crossed these one.
Yeah, I like that. It reminds me of a Land Rover, except it's a lot bigger. Fucking American when they have all the greatest shit.
Like, that was my rendition of a police siren. It's like an FBI car. These are like the undercover cop cars. It's so Now, let me show you what is going on here with the exterior. Now, you can actually get two.
People look how small she is in that car, man. Holy shit.
Escalade. You can either go luxe, so luxury, or you can go sporty. Now, this one is the sporty one, but it's the top of the range sporty. So this is the Sports Platinum edition. So with this, you can see everything has been blacked out. See the
That's a
here,
big fucking 4x4, bro.
sporty as possible.
And she is cute.
On this edition, which I really like.
Sorry.
Hey, you too.
Okay, wait. What makes the cheese? I keep doing everything. Okay, so get you fucked up with that. Okay, so he didn't shoot, so did he? Let's go.
Oh, I know his female was called like what's her name? Eva Braun. I mean, yeah, I was
Eva
sure that
Braun,
was a
aye.
nice man deep down. He was just a power hungry motherfucker.
He was just misguided.
However, I'm wondering why they put this extra panel in here over the top of the main display. I suppose why they did it because it becomes more focused. You have different functions for each of these screens. However,
Yeah, I do like that, you know, SUV. I mean, I do, right? But there's one car that always just pops in my brain. I mean, it's just every time, bro, every time. And it was a concept, right? With the BMW, man, check this fucking shit out. Fuck me, man, I gotta get me one of them. I gotta get me one of them, bro. You know, when I'm rich and famous and shit.
isn't it? This one. It's not even really.
Pardon me. It's what it is. My bad. Check out this fucking car, man. Holy crap, shit. She's a great car apart. She is nobody. She is, bro. But you know what? She's been called out a few times. She's been called out a few times for being fake. I just don't see it, man. She gets to the point to kill this fucking cars, right? EPB, what's going on, bro? See ya. My boss said kill her. Yeah. Not this car, bro. No, this car is like living and breathing shit. It's living and breathing shit.
The next 100 years of BMW 2
Don't like the style of the outside. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I think it's just too, you know, they made it too futuristic. But the inside of this car is fucking wicked.
Let's get straight to it. I don't know if you saw it as it was driving in. Check this out. Christian was just going to drive back for us a tiny bit. Thanks, Christian.
Check out that fucking car, man. Holy shit.
This is called alignment geometry. So what happens is when he turns the wheel, obviously because this is all enclosed, there needs to be some room here for the wheel to actually turn. So as it turns, this expands and contracts.
Dude, the fucking car expands. What the? It's like spandex. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck do you expand metal? I mean, what the hell, bro?
Features on this car. I'm here at BMW World here in Munich. I flew over here just so that we could take a look at some of their incredible concept cars. But come with me, guys.
If you wanted to buy that car, it's gonna cost you 18 million smackaroonies.
In order to open the doors, it's just a sensor here. You know like this. And obviously...
Yeah, EPB, your boss can't do that, bro. Your boss cannot do that shit. And when it does, I'm gonna kidnap your boss. I'm gonna kidnap that shit.
Open up these doors. Like, look at this. How cool is this? That it's just all one colour. There's just no interruption.
No fucking windows. They got no windows.
Yeah, right. There are some pretty damn cool features on this car. So
You know, bro. Although the Australian language is a little bit different than the UK. I mean, it's not much different, but it is different.
autonomy, meaning it can drive fully on its own.
Now, Dina will say, you know, water. She will say water. Yeah, water. Don't go in the water. Typical, you know, Australian chick, right? Look at that shit, man. I like that. I love that car. I want that car so bad. The hand here. The hand here.
Other cool thing is, when you're in driving mode, all of these lights go red.
Our hell. Our hell. Our hell.
That little diamond also.
There's a diamond here. We know you love that, baby. We know you love that shit, bro.
See, this diamond comes out here, and this light here on the front actually starts to flick because if you were a pedestrian, right, or if you were another car,
You don't walk over here in front of the car.
controls the car. So they've done that for safety reasons.
Man, that fucking car is
Which is the best
nice,
British
though.
sitcom of all time.
Well, it's only a concept, and that's what kills me. I mean, why do they create concept cars, right? It's to show you what the future looks like. Fuck what it looks like. Make me one of them bitches.
On the dash, you won't believe what they do. What? It's like reptile skin, isn't it?
Shit, bro!
Why does it do this? Because it's warning you of an object on the road that maybe you can't see. That's it. They're like the coolest features in here. Obviously, 4 seats. You've got quite like wide.
In here. In here. I gotta throw her up because you keep saying, in here. And we can't be listening to that shit all day, you know, because that'll just, you know, make me all emotional and shit. Now what I heard is there, ABB got burned. Crispy to a crisp. Yeah, I doubt that very much, bro. I doubt that very much. The man don't know what the word born means. And trust me on that. Oh, pardon me. Don't be a fucking naked again. Because you know we will, bro. You know we will. It's almost coming up to that time where I'll flash all my shit. Ask EVP about his stream. Okay, I'll do that. EPB, what happened on your stream, bro? Did you get bored? Did you get bored like a crispy fried chicken wing, bro? I mean, it's up to him now if he wants to, like, comment or whatever, right? But I doubt it very much, though, I doubt it. You know, the man speaks more than fucking I do, right? Yeah, folks, look, if I had to go into battle, right, now listen to me, right, if I had to go into a war zone and I only had 2 people to pick, I would pick Diva and I would pick fucking Shirley. That's it, bro. The rest of you are all null and void. You're not even welcome in there, bro. If I wanted to survive that war, I'm bringing Diva and fucking Shirley. We'll walk out with all our eyebrows and shit. You already know that. Oh, we know EPB. I mean, you can be gone by months to me, you pop back on and oh, EPB got bored last night. And you know, bro, I wasn't even on stream last night. What the fuck? They stupid, man. They stupid. APB Tiny Tears Shield channel deleted. Well, it's a shame, like, you know, Laura Croft Me dick didn't get to meet this. Because I must have watched that like 1,000 times. Like, dude, that is just not me. That is just not me.
That is you.
I'm bigger than that. Yeah, APB, we love you, bro. You know we love you, bro. Doesn't matter what you fucking do, we still gonna love you all day. Although I did touch a string on my last account, and it came up and it said something like, you know, sorry, Crafty, you're being banned for life because you're such a fucking stupid ass motherfucker. But hang on a minute, you can't call me stupid ass motherfucker. You're the stupid ass motherfucker. You can't take it out on me. But they did apparently. Yeah, what are you gonna do? You didn't meet our friends this time, oh shit. You better know that, EPB. Although I did think I had like 3 or 4 friends on this account, but they all disappeared. But you know how it is, like, I'm still friends with people on my main account. But my stream, you know, people just get, you know, bored of me getting banned all the time. Okay. I gotta take a deep breath before I pass the fuck out. Pushing that ton of trigger walked. Well, it depends on what trigger you're talking about, bro. I mean, I could have done it right. Hey, what's going on, David? I see you, baby. Baby! What's going on, sweet cheeks? I seen you defending. Well, I didn't see you defending me.
Oi, Dubsy, how you doing?
What's up, Dubs?
Hello, Showtime. How are you?
Hi, Show, how you doing?
I'm a big stupid ass. I can do all that shit for myself. But, you know, I do really appreciate that, though. You know, that was super cool. So, thank you, babe. Thank you.
Piche! Piche!
The back up now. Shirley has not come in, bro. Shirley left me already. Shirley already left my ass. I'm young, free, and single now, so EPB, you might want to watch your back, bro. I'm young, free, and single, I mean, you know, I'm just saying. You know, just be on the lookout for a very handsome old man checking out Diva real quick, bro. Sket, Laura. I've no idea what the fuck is sket mean. What does that even mean, bro? Is that like a new term of troll shit?
Join a few midday beers, snowing bad outside. We've got it bad here the new year, no? Show.
Look at a long time trip, Laura. Yeah, I know. But Laura, somebody text me. I forget what stream you were in, but you know, somebody texted me like, oh yeah, David's backing you up and blah blah blah. Something about what was it? I'm a twat or some weird shit. Well, we all know that. Shit. That's like common knowledge, just common knowledge. Right? Bang bang, sket. It was nil in 2005. 2005, dude, that was like 10 billion years ago. Fuck 2005, holy shit. Like, really, bro, 2005.
Stop.
That was like, what, like 15 years ago? I mean, no, 16 fucking years ago. What the fuck?
Alexa, stop.
see, David, EPV, good to see, good to see some familiar faces up in there. I was still busy. My neighbours were all freaking out, because there was lots of ice on the ground. I couldn't get the groceries. I'm like, I can go do it. So, and by the time I finished the day of, grocery shopping, all I wanted to do was just have a pizza and just sit back and relax. That's why I haven't been screaming. Being busy as a fucking bumblebee, bro.
I never done me, you could tell that, Dave. Alexa, home.
Get David
Alexa,
Party chatting.
who's the biggest idiot in the world?
Make her cry again.
That would be Carly Gaming TV.
Brilliant.
You hear that, Dubs?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was. I think it was me that made it up.
Don't know what my telly buttons are on that.
Just got on top of all,
Yeah.
I think it was me.
You hear that? I'll turn it up. Alexa, who's the biggest idiot in the world?
That would be Carly Gaming TV from Liverpool.
Thanks, Sean. Oh, yeah, okay.
Aye, sure shows me. You wish. Bet you would, I know. Bet you would do Susan Boyle, mate. Can't you'd marry her just for her money? Spend it on glue.
You know it, damn. Bugger.
I've had some questions on how you can use multiple webcams on a single Octoprint instance so you can view multiple angles of your 3D printer. Now there is a plugin out there available called Multicam by Michael Morris, but for most users it's going to take just a little bit more effort to get that plugin to work as you expected. Now in this tutorial there's going to be a lot of different Linux commands and files that we have configured, but I'm going to do my best to document all of that so that you can just copy and paste most of this stuff. And as with any Raspberry Pi project, power is important. So make sure you have the correct adapter for your Pi. And if you're having issues using multiple webcams, you might want to consider using a powered USB hub. But with all that said, let's get to the computer and get this whole thing configured. So here's the webpage for the Multicam plugin. This pretty much just enables you to have a couple of buttons in your control tab, and you can select a URL for each one of those buttons that you want to use. It is a nice interface, but we do configure a thing to get our multicams to work. So we'll head to our Octoprint instance, we'll log in, head into settings, we'll go to plugin manager, get more, we'll search for multicam, and we'll hit install. Install complete, we'll restart now. When the reboot's successful, we'll reload now. If you head to the control tab, you'll see you have buttons for different webcams. There's only one right now because we haven't configured it. Head back to settings. Scroll all the way to the bottom here, and you have a multicam option. And this is where you can add your additional cameras. The problem is, if you plug in multiple cameras to your Octoprint instance, it's just going to use the first one, the Video 0 option. It's not going to do anything with that second camera because it already has one. Also, you can't change this URL to something different by default. You have to actually get in and edit the config files. By the way, this might say webcam 1, but it might also say default. But we'll correct all that. By the way, I'm going to be using a Logitech C270 webcam and a C170 webcam. And that's because the C270 has a serial number option, and that allows you to tell multiple cameras apart, but the C170 doesn't. So I want to be able to show you the dev path attribute and how you can use that to help with that situation. So back to the computer. Select SSH in the Raspberry Pi, or open PuTTY. I'll use the IP. Default username is Pi. Default password is Raspberry. So the first thing I want to do is change those default settings. You saw how they were grayed out in the GUI? You have to edit those in the config file. So we'll change directory to .octoprint. We'll list everything in the directory, and we want to edit that config.yaml file. So sudo nano, config.yaml. Enter your root password, which is also Raspberry. And since we installed that plugin, you should now have a multicam entry in your config file. This is where you can edit the defaults. So webcam 1, the name is fine, but this URL isn't going to work if we're supporting multiple streams. So to correct the default entry, all we really need to do is add the IP of the Raspberry Pi. So you're going directly to that entry for this stream. And that way we can do multiple streams of different ports. So here, we're just going to add http:// and then the IP of your Pi. And that should be good enough for now. So we can control X to exit, hit yes, and then enter to save. So the default entry is corrected. We will have to reboot to bring that in, but we've got a lot of other changes we need to make, so we'll hold off on that for a little bit. So now we need to know a little bit of information about our webcam. And the easiest way to do this is to get it from the messages file. So I recommend you do a tail -f, capital F, /var/log/messages. This is going to actively monitor the messages log. Now plug in your first webcam to whatever USB port you'd like. I'm going to plug in the C270 first. When you plug that in, it's going to give you all the information you need about that webcam. So we need the vendor ID, the product ID, and the serial number if it has one. So either write all that down, or if you're not going to close your terminal window, we can scroll back and grab it. So that's the first camera. Now let's plug in the C170. Now there's the information for the C170. Again, ID vendor and ID product, we're going to have that. But the C170 doesn't have a serial number. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. You can also see now in messages that it's trying to start the MJPEG streamer. That's what supports the webcam. So it grabbed the first default webcam, but it's not going to know anything about that second one. But that's fine. We'll worry about that later as well. So now that we have the info we need, you can Control-C to end this tail. Now just have a look at what devices are currently connected to your Raspberry Pi. Do an ls/dev. You can see currently you have two video devices, 0 and 1. That streamer is only going to try to use 0. So the first thing I like to do is rename those video devices into something that we know about. So we're going to change directory into etc udev rules, and we're going to create a file called 99-usb.rules. This is where you can set the attributes of your USB devices. So Windows subsystems are going to be video for Linux subsystems. These are all the attributes that you can add for your cameras. I grabbed these entries from a different config file, but we're going to edit these to fit our needs. So first off, we're going to take the serial number off of one of them, because the C170 doesn't have a serial number. And I'm also going to change the symlink name. Now, I recommend you use something like left and right, or the printer name 1 or 2. For this tutorial, we're going to be looking at some benchies, an orange one and a green one. So the C170 is on the orange one, so we'll call this video orange. And the 270 is on a green one. We'll call this video green. Now, even though it's in nano, you can still scroll backwards. So we can just scroll up and grab that info that we needed. So this is the first 270 camera. The vendor ID is 46D, and the ID product is 825. So we're good there. And now we need the serial number for that camera. And that serial is right here. So using the attributes, serial all lowercase, we can paste in our serial number. Now onto the 170 that doesn't have a serial number. So here's our info for our 170. It's 46P82B. So let's correct that. And then since we don't have a serial number, we can use a dev path attribute. So we'll do attrs, curly bracket, dev path, curly bracket, equals, and then in quotes, you can put the dev path that you plugged it in. Now this is going to change if you move that plug around. So you always want to keep these in the same ports and want them to be the same. And when we plug that one in, it was in port 1.2. So we'll make that dev path 1.2. And remember to put a comma after each one of your attributes. So now that we've got it configured and both cams plugged in, when we reboot, we're going to see the devices be called video green and video orange. Make sure all of this is correct or it won't work. So let's go ahead and hit Control X. We'll hit Y and enter to save. And let's reboot. Sudo reboot now. Once the reboot's complete, we'll restart the session. And now if you do a list on your devices, ls/dev, you can see video green and video orange. That's exactly what we want. So we've got both devices named correctly, but now we need another webcam instance to run to support that camera. So let's change directory into root bin. We'll do a list here. You can see the webcam D file. That's the default configuration. Let's save that default into something just in case we mess up. So let's copy webcam D into webcamd.old. Have to use sudo. And we're also going to copy webcam D into webcamd2. That will support our second camera. So now that we have a backup saved, let's edit that webcam D file. Sudo nano webcamd. And these are all the default options. But we need to add our device name. So we need to do -d/dev and then / the video name. So we went with video green. This is going to use our C270 for the first webcam. For most cameras, this can stay default, but you might have to change them up depending on what camera you use. Or if you want to go to a higher resolution, you can change that here. And then down on HTTP options, we can get rid of -n, and we want to put a -p for port. And the first one will be on port 88. And in the newer versions of OptoCare, they've changed these up just a little bit so that they auto-find those cameras, and you have to disable that to get that to work. So if you scroll down to somewhere around line 83, you can find what line you're on with Control-C and Nano, by the way. It's going to be under the Add Video Device options. You want to comment out options, and in Shell, you can just do a number sign to comment. And then right above or below this line, you want to do options equals, and in quotes, $options. That will keep it from forcing a device name, and it should allow this config to work. So we can Control X, Y to save, and hit enter. Now we're going to do the same thing to the webcam entry. So this is our orange cam, our C170, so -d/dev/video orange. Get rid of the -n, -p, and that one's going to be on port 8081. Again, we have to go down to line 83, comment out this line, and add options equals, in quotes, $options. Control X, Y to save, hit enter. Now we want to direct these two different instances to a log file just in case there's issues. So we want to separate them out into two log files. So we'll change directory to etc defaults. We'll have a look. We want to copy this webcam D into webcamd2. This is what configures the log. And let's edit webcamd2. Sudo nano webcamd2. And the daemon will be webcamd2 for the second cam. And we want it to go to webcamd2.log file. Easy enough. Control X, Y to save it, and enter. Now we need to add a webcamd2 file so that it starts it up when the Pi reboots. So we'll change directory into etc init.d. Again, we'll copy webcamd into webcamd2. We'll edit webcamd2, sudo nano webcamd2. And we just need to add a 2 to 7 of these entries. So here, we'll add a 2. Short description, we'll add a 2. Description, we'll add a 2. Name, add a 2. Daemon, add a 2. Package name, 2. And then log name, 2. Control X, save, hit enter. Now we need to reload the daemons. You can just copy and paste this command from my cheat sheet. We need to update the init defaults so it'll restart that instance. Again, you can copy and paste this command for webcamd2. And now we can go ahead and start that webcam. We're just going to start it from etc init.d webcamd2 start. And to make sure the service is working correctly, you can do a status on it. As long as it says active and running, and there's no errors down here, everything should be good. This looks correct. Now we're almost there, so we've named the cameras different things, and we've got it configured, and both cameras are started and running. But now we need a web entry that we can enter into the GUI, so that you can access each one of these on a different port. So that's the part we're going to do now. So we'll edit the haproxy.config file. So we're going to change directory into etc haproxy. Let's make a copy or a backup of the current config file. So we'll sudo cp haproxy.config to haproxy.config.org. Now we can edit the haproxy config file. Sudo nano haproxy. We need to add a front-end entry for the new cam. So just right underneath the existing backend, we'll copy this line, we'll paste it, and change the backend name to webcam2 and path to webcam2. By the way, to copy and paste in Putty, all you have to do is highlight and to paste it, you right click. And now we need to add that new backend entry. So down here at the bottom, you can just copy this whole webcam backend entry, paste it, we'll rename it to webcam 2. We'll rename this entry to webcam 2, so that's where it's going to find it in the structure. The server name can stay webcam 1, that's fine, but you need to change the port number to 8081. That's what we set it to in the webcam config file. Now you can Control X, line save, and hit enter. Now we can reboot, and when it comes up, everything should be configured. When the file is done rebooting, we can head back over to the GUI. Let's reload now. Your default web stream should start right away, and if I focused it correctly, you can see your green bitchy. And that's what we're going to call webcam 1. But we need to add webcam 2. We can do that in the GUI. So we just hit settings, go down to multicam. You can see that we updated that default entry, so now it says the correct URL. We're just going to add a second one. We'll call it webcam 2, and we need to do the IP address of your Pi /webcam2 / action equals stream. We'll hit save. On the control tab, now you should be able to go from webcam 1 to webcam 2. 1, 6. And as a side tip, if you're using time-lapse, just go into settings, go into webcam time-lapse, and you can set whatever camera you'd like to use for the time-lapse. By default, it's going to use the 8080 camera, but if you want to switch to the other camera that you've added, just change this one to the port that you set it to. In my case, it'd be 8081. You can hit test, and there's the orange camera. And there it is. Now, I know this wasn't all that easy, but hopefully with my notes, you can get it done pretty easily. And as always, if you have questions, now we revisit the full instance Octoprint install. Last time we installed 4 instances of Octoprint on one Raspberry Pi to give us the ability to stream G-code to multiple 3D printers while only using one Octoprint server. I've had a lot of questions concerning this config, mainly around the addition of webcams so you can monitor your 3D printers. When you add webcams, things get a little tricky because of the power and the I/O required to support the camera. I've done a lot of testing, and I think I've come up with a config that works for this scenario. So we'll take 3 3D printers, 3 webcams, 1 Raspberry Pi, and we'll get them all configured to work together to have 3 separate instances of Octoprint where you can control and monitor your 3D printers. Note that I have tried to scale this up even larger, but if you go any larger than this, it's about all the Pi can support, and things go not so well. So before we get started, we are going to be using the CR10, the TiVo Tornado, and the ANET E10. I'll be using a Raspberry Pi 3 Model B and a number 10 SD card for added speed. Note that I'm using the native ports on the Raspberry Pi for all the printers. All the cameras will be on a USB hub that's on the additional port. This is so that streaming G-code gets priority and I/O versus the cameras that are on the hub. It's more important to get the G-code right, not the camera. I'm also using a 5-volt 3-amp power supply. As with all Raspberry Pi projects, it's very important that you have enough power for this setup. I'm using an inexpensive passive USB hub, meaning it's not powered, it's 4 ports, and 3 Logitech C270 webcams. I chose the C270 because they're inexpensive, they work with Octoprint out of the box, and they have internal serial numbers. I highly recommend you use cams that have serial numbers. This makes defining them much easier. You can use other attributes other than the serial, but none of them are as predictable. All links to these items are in the description below. If you want to get started using Octoprint, or you want to do the multiple install, you can check out the first video here. Today's video starts where the multiple install left off. All the instances are already installed, now we just need to add the webcams. So let's get started. First thing we'll do is we'll plug our USB hub in the leftover USB port. Then we'll use Putty to log in via SSH to the Pi. username Pi, password Raspberry. Then we'll start a tail on the messages log. This will show all the activity as we plug in the camera. We'll plug in the camera that's going to support the E10 first. Note when the camera's plugged in, it's going to put out this serial number. All these cameras are the same, so they're all going to have the same ID vendor and ID product. The serial number will be specific for each camera. Next, we'll plug in the camera for the Tornado. Serial number for that camera. Then plug in the camera for the CR10. Serial number for that camera. Now that we have all the cameras plugged in and we know what order they were started and their serial numbers, we can now build our USB file. We'll Control-C to get out of the log. We'll change directory into etc udev rules.d. Then we'll edit 99-usb.rules with nano. Remember, you need to use sudo. So in this file, we already have our printers named and assigned to specific USB ports, but now we need to add our cameras so they're assigned to the correct printer. We need to add a video for Linux line for each camera. Since all the cameras are the same, all the ID vendors and ID products will be the same, but they will have a unique serial number. You'll also need to create a SIM link. For each one of these, I'm just going to create a SIM link called video in the printer name so we know which one's which. So the first camera that we plugged in was the ANET E10, so we'll call it video ANET E10. The second one was the Tornado, so we'll call it video Tornado. And the third one was the CR10, so video CR10. If you're in PuTTY, you can scroll up to get to the messages file that we tailed and grab the serial numbers. So the first camera we plugged in was 1.1.4, and its serial number is right here. So we'll scroll down to that file, and we'll paste that serial right here. That's the first camera we plugged in, and we assigned it to the ANET E10. Scroll back up. The second camera we plugged in is 1.4.2. The serial is right here. And that one's assigned to the Tornado. Scroll back up one more time. The last camera we plugged in, 1.4.3. Its serial is right here. And that's assigned to the CR10. Control X.
Super move.
it needed something like, you know, my little small packet, you know, just, you know, lighten things up a little bit. Yeah, exactly. I mean, shit, like, that's just, no, yeah, no, check it out, right? That's just big crash get in the ground, like, never, absolutely never. But because I did what I did, he come in there with shell real quick, and he welcome, you're very welcome, bro. And you have to meet the time of that. So send me a 2 grand, you send fucking So David, now, when you're cleaning, is your kitchen in the background or is it in a different room?
It's in a different room, yeah.
Okay.
Upstairs, the hallways, upstairs.
Yeah. No, what I want to know is, like, what the fuck is behind your screen, David? You know, when you're streaming on your sofa, and I see, like, Hello Kitty shit everywhere, like, what is behind you?
Behind me, you've got SpongeBob, and there's a punch bag, there's shells, there's a cupboard.
Okay. So this SpongeBob thing in your kick, is that like an exercise?
No, not King SpongeBob, there's a SpongeBob.
No, you did not. No, you never did, my toy. No, you never did, my toy. No, you never told me what you did.
Just writing down shit. I'm going to get my stats when I get there. I don't get away with it.
Did you get your million deal from the whole, you know, sale of the house thing?
No, not yet, no.
No. Did they tell you
March, I
when?
think we get it. March it's going to be, they have to wait 6 months.
Oh, that ain't too far away. That ain't too far away.
No, yeah, so March I should get it, yeah. So he can get some money as well, so, yeah.
And baby, you gotta look after him. You have to look after him, right?
Look after who?
No, fuck you, baby. You gotta look after your
Hello,
dad.
cowboy. Thank you.
She's not buying me shit before she can buy me a helicopter, and that's like...
Well, I mean, is it he the one that gave
How are you keeping?
the couple of bucks to make sure you're okay, you know, at the time of need shit, right? Well, fair. Wow, what the fuck was he doing to have $12 grand of mine? I didn't even spend shit on corporate. Okay. Well, yeah, David, you gotta stop making people die in your company. What the fuck, man? They're all like dropping off. Hey, what's going on, Mary? Boy, I see you, baby. I see you, honey. Sorry, we're just being nasty, bro. Nasty, bro. Being boys the more the problem I have exactly like you already know, Lily.
Aye, good. You're good, cowboy. Cheers.
Mary, like, gotta be a boy, probably somebody. And Mary, you be a boy. Somebody text me. Somebody text me. Mary, you gotta be a boy, bro. Somebody text me. Hey, the fucking drone costs more than somebody's house.
Yeah, well, I bought that myself, though. If somebody else bought that for me, I'll send it back. I don't know what somebody that's like, that's too nice, if that makes sense. Why the fuck would you do that? I understand if it wasn't like Sicilian style, though, that's
Hey, David, never had that brave laugh.
I remember somebody said that.
I never had my just to kill brave laugh.
Yeah.
It's just a killer, like, you know, I've had watch after watch after watch. They break down, they get somewhere really nice.
Yeah, it's a cool movie.
Every time, bro.
I remember him dancing with the walker.
And he always
That
wants to
shit
very
was
much.
gangsta.
Yeah,
You remember that? Yeah, the walker.
Yeah.
Proper dancing. That shit was
Who are they?
I don't know.
Eh,
Seems like he was
nephew and his child.
No person needs a walking stick. What you call that, Andy? No. David, you know them? No. David, you can't say that on my friend. You can't know. None of them get Johnny Yankton. What the hell? The walking sticks. The walking sticks. No. Jerry actually is like a cat.
Film time? Music time? No, music time.
here?
Can you put that flashlight down, please? Thank you.
You know this is private property.
Came from my son, Kyle.
Came here with you?
No. Boys from school.
The daycare. Hey, you would not believe how many kids I've had to run off ever since America's Most Wanted was here. That's $200,000 last year.
My son is not a trespasser.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Probably moving some takeout windows at local clothing joint by now. Why don't you go home? Those my house.
They don't always do that.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
Kids, teenagers, they run away from home. Boys especially. And they were doing that ever since I was in high school.
More than just kids from the field.
Well, we don't keep records on that sort of thing.
Holy shit, that's amazing. Hello game, how you doing?
I don't have to see like something, you know, something wrong about this house.
Wait.
You'll believe what people say about those that are dead.
Nobody jealous, nobody forward, nobody jealous. Believe in you. Better to you. I'll look for him. What's he wearing?
His red Letterman's jacket. He was so proud of his sweater and dirty track.
Red Letterman jacket.
With white sleeves.
Okay, got it. With white sleeves. Why don't you go look for him? I'll look for him.
Hi, good you guys, get your heating fixed. But there's a new boiler going in on Monday.
Son of a bitch. Let's go, son. Mom's worried about you. She wants you to come home. My son, you're trespassing. I hear you, son. Alright, stop crying, son. I'm not going to do it.
What movie is this? Oh, no episode. Is it a movie, aye? Oh my god, Monday. Oh, Tam will be a bloody snowman by then.
How you doing, Dane? Alright, mate? I'm out here watching a film, man. Oh, this is sound too. Just one.
Abominable Tam.
It wasn't will be if we don't get the heat on. Yeah.
Okay, and it's driving me nuts and all, like. I braved a shower earlier on. And our toilet's on an outside wall and all, so it's bloody freezing. And we've got a Calor gas heater up here. Okay, but it's a nightmare. What's Kirsty up to? She's got to be kicking about somewhere. Where there's one, there's two. She's on smelling like horse shit. I'm going to tell her. Right. I'd imagine you smell more like horse shit anyway. $201 gold. Can you not gift them to MD? I'll take 201 gold bars, please. No bother, take it easy game. Much love.
Yeah, man, take it easy. What's going on with my fucking shit? It's hard at times because it's the charcoal on the canvas, but it's cool. It's a challenge. Alexa, open YouTube.
Here is YouTube.
cops came one time and kicked everybody out. The neighbors were pricks, I guess, and they knocked on the door. And were like, you have more than whatever. Two people, everybody's got to leave. Supposedly, that's what I'm going to say, because who knows. But, you know. Yeah. Yeah, they said it was like big beers. I'm sorry, no, it had the most in that. I read it had the most COVID cases or something. I remember it. I remember him sending him pictures of Lester, like, when I was there.
Coffee.
Introducing new Origin Small Breed. Smaller breeds have specific nutritional needs. With 85% quality animal ingredients, Origin Small Breed is perfect for your little friend with its rich protein and nutrients for
What, Dolan? Oh. I was looking at them again last night. The finger monkeys. They reckon they get aggressive and all. Hey, coffee. Oh. You got a refill?
Alexa, close.
I'm impressed. Really? No. College is a waste of money. Vincent, you spelled fuck wrong. I don't have to do that. Just to see any better. Yeah, windows. This is lame. It's just an empty building.
No way. You don't know what's happening here? A whole TV show filming crew disappeared there last night.
I never heard that.
No one did. But it's true.
Cheers.
Alright, son, you're trespassing. I hate it, son. It's not. Alright, stop crying, son. I'm not doing it. Sketch every day at school. Alright guys, we're almost there.
Oh, yeah, really?
Like you're alive, guys. Like you were dead. Make sure you get there alive. You could make it. You would save us. Alright, Vincent, thank you.
Wait, Mom. Fucking catch. I wanted to fuck on your head.
You don't believe me? This shit's the real deal. They're filming some TV show here.
Haunts America.
Ghostbusters, the one with sci-fi.
And that's
That's not the point, Ted. The point is, this is Pinehurst. 80 acres of fucked up, haunted institution. I want to take you, Dad. It's hard. I want to take you.
No? No. Still got another one.
They're turning this place to a park. Yeah, whatever. The point is that after this, it's gonna be impossible for us to sneak in here. So let's go.
something?
Yeah. What was that?
You want to pack it later or something?
Mm-hmm.
The new one.
The lime.
Lime one, yeah.
There you go.
The lime and the coconut. Enjoy them?
No, thanks. No, no.
Okay. Just keep on nailed that. Go ahead. Hold on. Yes, dude. I'm gonna try to get a reading now. See if I can feel anything. Nothing. Really? I'm not picking up any. Damn it, man! Come on. I was blowing take after take, and I get tramps and everything. Stop! Shut up! Stop!
Dominic?
You need help?
Oh. As a caretaker? We were supposed to check in with you when we got here. We're here. How are you? You know Harris pretty well?
bodies, so it isn't a genetic trait. Many patients live their entire lives in inhibitors, from childhood until they die of old age.
It's a lot of depend. I think they should be taken.
Close attention, listen, Eldon. This is where they would end up. Yep. I believe they also did autopsy. No touch that.
Nice though, but it's not pretty hard copy.
It might not fall when you say that. It's kind of inheritance. It's not. Come on, guys.
What the hell's the matter with you?
This is building B with more severe lesions. What more severe lesion is that? Vegetables. Invalids. People with critical terminal space left anxiety. They just warehouse this figure. Yep. I mean, what are you gonna do? Not use them?
You left out.
Jesus Willis.
Understand atmosphere here. You quickly spiral downward into a nightmare. Intimidation. There's beatings, there's rapes, there's castrations. Experimental psychotropics. This room, psychological abuse. If you were useful to them, slave labor, help, make the clothes they sold at a profit to local businessmen. Experimentation.
Who the hell are you, buddy? He's the caretaker. Well, I think it's the direction here that we're trying to find. Do you need something specific, or are you just going to keep bringing this up? Yes, I got something.
What do you got? All right, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get a reading. Nada. You must have damaged the equipment. No, nothing here. I'm serious.
Great. Tell me this, right?
What?
Do we always find out that fast? Never. Never heard of it. Okay, Jess and I are taking over these. Sarah, Badger, Ellen.
Alright, what's our coverage?
Full. Wireless and frequencies that are mostly in max motion activated still cams. I really want this place covered. Everything will be back in the production van, and Scott will be on the monitors and acting as quarterback on this. We can really have a shot here, guys. Fuck this up.
Oh, thanks for the compliment.
I'm serious, Badger. I think this is the real deal. These real ghosts. So you're the pro. Challenge them, don't aggravate them, show them respect. We're here as researchers.
Actually, we're here as researchers. So, start the pile of it.
Did you not see what I saw in there? I didn't register this far off.
Not too late to leave.
Good. If you're gonna call the cops, quick. If not, please get out of our way. You ready? Charged up, extra batteries. You ready? Set.
Charge.
Go. Epic, come on!
So you're saying they mentioned goes through the day? Correct.
Kind of like a paranormal when he has like a biological error, 20%.
What time is it anyway?
Only 9:10.
Is it?
Hey, kids are deadly, man.
Actually, you could hang a camera too.
He has strips.
No, he doesn't. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is get some wider lenses to cover the whole area, and then you can some softer lenses to cover the doors. You know, because I mean, it'd be really cool the doors closing. I think if we get the doors closing again, it's gonna be really cool.
Okay, and what about the hallways?
What about them?
Well, I was just thinking we should put a camera in the hallways, right? That's where the most came from. Maybe one, just to make sure we cover all our bases.
Yeah, you're cute. Okay, so we gotta cover this room, so why don't we just do it? Wait.
Hey, Badger. I don't need a few years to know that you're full of shit. So, why don't you just cover this room any way you want?
Alright, yeah, great. Sounds good.
Then I'll just find another room to cover.
Oh, well, hang on, wait, I mean, I thought we could work together, though. You know, I mean, you're new and all, I mean, I can teach a few things. Experience.
Not fucking chance.
Okay. Alright, I'll see ya.
What? Asshole.
Mark, Sarah, it was great.
Badgers will let you know, man.
Yeah?
Me Badger on that farm area, thought he was cool with that chick.
And really, he wasn't he?
No, it's basically just she knows he's a prick.
Woman after my own heart. She could see right through it. In it.
Okay, let's set up IRs in here and
I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, leave it on there.
Detox. It's in here. Double. I'll be the judge of that.
Just looking at something now. Sometimes ghosts should be acknowledged.
Well, if you give us anything like this. So, tell me this. If you were a ghost, where would you be?
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to clear my head before we take my segment, okay? Sorry if you don't like your screen, I disturbed. Okay, dude, let me get any wet. Alright, hey, was you going or something? You mind speaking? Hey, let's not fuck around, alright? Hey, guys! Hey! What? Hey, shit!
Oh, what's this?
This is Q2. This is where you're assigned for punishment. Most of the patients in this ward had very low IQ. If you had normal IQ in this center, it's because you're considered difficult.
That would be any woman then.
We're listening to see if you couldn't believe.
Nice, even exactly what can get in the ticket.
So, in your experience,
years?
It depends on the message.
Are they trying to tell us?
I've been telling you. Read.
Bullshit. Corpses that move. Is this a ghost story or The Walking Dead? I mean, ghosts that look like zombies?
Not just ghosts. Dr. Dead.
Who's that?
I heard he was a veteran spirit of an old Nazi who used to torture his patients to death.
Well, I heard that he's actually an escaped mental patient who's been living this 85, eating pigeons, and sometimes even
Well, you're both wrong. Dr. Death has been around for longer than anyone can remember. You know, they say he haunts these corridors, stirred by the blood of the living.
Hey, Ken! Ken! Have you seen my friend? Ken! Ken, have you seen a white man? Ken! Ken!
Dying girl. Kind of like you two. Actually, everyone knows. And didn't tell anyone where they were going.
So, where'd you hear from him? Nobody knew where they went.
You know, they predicted the last car into the city. With Dr. Death. He's here.
If that happened, why didn't we see the news?
Jasmine, do you watch the news?
MTV News.
That's why.
Why didn't they just call the cops themselves?
Look at your cell phone right now.
No bars.
There's no service for at least a mile around here. I think there's some payphone somewhere though.
If they were really worried about the leave, why didn't they just leave and come back with police officers?
And the police would. They never believe that supernatural shit.
Yeah. Like the movies.
This isn't a movie. And the cops would have gotten their time anyway. Besides, what makes you think they'd be able to leave even if they wanted to? And let, well, I mean, the ghosts can do whatever they want. Seal this place up nice and tight. So you couldn't go anywhere unless they let you.
Guess we just earned his cash bonus. Hello there.
Hello, Orange. Do you take song requests? I'm not playing songs at the minute, Ari, so that I can leave my video up.
Jesse? You can't take a ride?
That sounded like the Michael Myers. Damn.
I suppose.
Is he shagging a ghost, is he?
What's a TV budget?
changed his mind awfully quick there, did he know?
Leo said, hey,
Seriously not funny anymore?
I'm your doctor. And I'm here to help you. One thing at a time, okay? You do understand that your problem here at Kimberly is ultimately on failure to explain some of the information you have, don't you?
What is that? What are you doing?
I'm just trying to figure out whether or not you're ready for your first therapy.
Games. Hey, look, just let me have a seat.
Now, see? It's okay. I'm here to help you. I'm your doctor, and I love you.
You love me? You motherfucker! Okay, start over. Whatever you want. You want money? I got money. I got stuff you want, right? You love me, right? This is cool, okay? In college, I went to a professor just to get a C. A lot of Europeans.
How do you feel? Feel better? Huh? You play by the rules? No? Huh? That's a real shame. I had high hopes for you. Try again.
Will you guys please answer your walkies? Mrs. Dodgers? Yes, it is. Steve Woodley. He's keeping me close. Badger!
Looks like Dub's twin. But the youngin. Right? Iron Knight claims he was 36 yesterday for his birthday, more like 46. I thought they said 40, did they not? Big head's nose looks like a penis. You look like a fucking penis. Try it's my one ambition. Try what?
The prick.
Alright. Fuck, that comes easy to you, does it not? Alright. It's totally like a penis. Well, there you go, you've succeeded. You look like a penis. You should draw Rebel and DJ Tools together. How about you draw them together?
As a doctor, I'm morally obligated. But you understand, we can't have patients running around making babies with other patients. Of course I will. I will help you as soon as we get you fixed. Okay? It's a simple procedure, really. I don't want to...
I can hardly see as it is, never mind draw. Well, you can always try. Give it a bash. I might be trying and read this weekend though. Hear me?
Huh?
It's talking to you.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Get into it. Smoke a lot.
Ghost murderer, screaming rusty blades.
What the fuck? What? Hot knife a lot of it, man.
I think I've had enough for the night.
My iron streaming.
There was your pub, S.
Cubes.
Oh. Fuck off! I'm not the kind of person that expects to be reading pubes, I mean.
Your job's only 100. Once in a lifetime bargain. Surely the fucking sense. Come and get me, they come and get us, you don't know.
Take care, mummy and daddy. He's about to play Destiny. Take it easy. I think I'm going to shut this down shortly anyway.
Yeah, Bob.
I think I've had enough for the night. Take it easy. Everybody take it easy. Here. Tatty bye.